Okay, we're going to open the City of Chelsea Traffic and Parking Commission meeting. All right, first we're going to do the approval of the minutes from November 1st, 2022 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Okay, all in favor? A second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, on this number 3, the approval of the minutes from January 3rd, that's actually going to get moved to the next agenda, next month. Okay, number 4, communication of May 13th from Esdras Freitas requesting the commission to look into issues with parking on Fremont Street that affects his property.
So this issue pertains to a retaining wall that the property owner had identified as being potentially problematic, along with operations and maintenance issues related to trash and debris in the neighborhood. So my understanding is that DPW has inspected the area, has determined a course of action, but in essence, the vehicles that are parking alongside the fence right now are doing so because there are no sidewalks along that side of the street. And my understanding is currently the plan is to eventually install sidewalks on that side of the street that would allow uniform pedestrian travel along Fremont. The opposite ends of Fremont also have sidewalks. This is just one particular section that lacks them right now. And so this coming season, DPW will be proceeding with the installation of sidewalks along there to pull those vehicles away from the fence line and have them parked curbside.
Okay, all right. Anybody want to make a motion?
So I'd make a motion to approve DPW's installation of sidewalks at this location.
Okay, anybody second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Handicap sign application September 7th from Maria Rodriguez Gonzalez of 232 Walnut Street. If I remember, I think we have 2 down there, 1 on 6th.
I think we spoke about it last week, John. No, there's one prior to that, and then wasn't there a request for like 15-minute
Yeah.
parking or something down
Yeah.
there?
10-minute parking.
The 10-minute parking.
That's
yeah.
what we had said that, if we can do the 10-minute parking instead of
Okay. Oh,
the
okay.
sign.
There is one, John, at 2. It's in the building in front of it, so I think it's 2:30. Well, hi, 2:34 actually.
All right, so are we looking at the 10-minute parking and we denying the handicap sign?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, see how it goes, I guess. See how the 10-minute will go. That's going to be down the far end, right? Right in the pocket.
Yeah, it's in the pocket.
All right.
Anyone want to make a motion on that?
I guess before we make a motion on it, would it be possible to inform the applicant of the idea of creating a 10-minute space there as opposed to approving this, just to ensure that that's compatible with their needs, and then we can hold off and take an action on this until the next meeting once
Okay.
we hear back from her? Great.
Okay, anybody second that?
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we're going to get in contact with her?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, communication of September 9th from Department of Housing and Community Development requesting the approval of a second vehicular AM peak lane on Everett Avenue southbound.
So this request pertains to the addition of a morning rush hour vehicular lane that would operate where the current parking is located alongside the KM property right now. There's metered parking adjacent to the sidewalk. Due to rush hour traffic, at times it's difficult for drivers to access the Route 1 on-ramp going into town. And so we would propose adding a restricted lane here that would only operate between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. And after 10 a.m. it would operate as on-street parking, just like it does today. And I'll also add that we did have our transportation consultant examine this just to determine whether there would be any adverse impacts, and they have concluded that there wouldn't be any negative impacts if this was added.
We did that before, like a long time ago, and just to free up the and it worked fine. It actually alleviated a lot of traffic, so.
I thought last meeting that we talked about the bike lanes in between it. They found that they decided that that's okay, that the bikes can go in between the.
That they can go in between the
Oh,
cars
really?
in that area, yep.
Okay.
Okay, so we get a motion on this?
So I would make a motion to approve this request. Actually, I can't vote on this request.
Okay,
I'll rescind that.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
okay. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Communication of September 28th from former city manager Thomas Ambrosino requesting a public hearing to make permanent the current bus bike lane on Broadway.
So this was previously presented. The goal is to make permanent the bus and bike lane that operates downtown currently between Face Square and 3rd Street, Everett Ave. Currently, the bus lane operates to serve the Route 111, Route 112, and other local bus routes. A study that the City Commission did demonstrate that it had no adverse impact on traffic and did improve safety in the downtown. So as a result, the administration's recommending that we make this permanent as well as integrate this into the redesign of infrastructure in the downtown.
Okay. Anybody make a motion?
Make a motion to approve it?
Okay. Anybody second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Communication of January 3rd from Kate Lent Fox on behalf of Worldwide Perishables requesting the approval of no parking sign on the edge of their Bellingham Street parking lot entrance for approximately 15 feet westward.
So this originated from a industrial property owner that owns a business at this location. Due to the on-street parking, there's a really tight turning radius into the parking lot. So they're proposing to remove about roughly 1.5 parking spaces that exist right now along that side of the street by adding this no parking sign.
Isn't Worldwide, isn't that on the cottage side, Alex?
Yes,
Perishables, but they park on the Bellingham
but
side?
they park on the Bellingham side, yeah.
But after the bridge, correct?
Right.
Does anyone really even park down there? I know we have sidewalks up, we don't have
Yeah.
sidewalks, we don't even have sidewalks up against their driveway, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
And they're marked parking spaces?
No, but when you come
They're
down
not marked.
Bellingham and you go over the bridge,
Yeah.
on the right, the sidewalk kind of ends there, and it's
Yeah.
just grass, and then it turns into their new parking lot, which is behind, it's across from their building, but it's behind the flower, it's behind the pot place now,
Yeah.
that's there.
Oh,
But, you know what I mean, when you come down the bottom of that hill, there's really no, I wouldn't really say there's even a need to turn. First of all, I don't see many cars down there. Like, we go down
Yeah,
there.
it's seldom used.
Yeah, if anything, people park on the bridge going towards Willow.
Yep.
I've seen that, but other than that, and even that's not that busy, but I've seen cars there. So I don't know that you necessarily need it. I would've thought they would've been talking about the cottage side has more cars tighter to their driveway than the Bellingham side. Unless maybe that's what Kate meant and didn't,
No, I think it's,
unless we get
Include
clarification
that,
on it.
yeah.
it's right here, what they're saying, the trucks come up here, then they go back in, they have to swing.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
so they have to be right here.
Yeah, but everybody parks like you said up here.
Yeah, most of
They
the
don't,
time
don't
they're
park
up
down
around
there,
Willow.
yeah,
We'll use you up around
yeah.
Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah, could we request just clarification from the business owner? So I'd make a motion to request clarification from the business owner regarding the necessity of the request, given the limited use of this space for on-street parking.
okay, anybody second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then we're gonna contact the business owner. Okay, handicap sign application January 3rd from Pedro Omida of 93 Essex Street. And just looking at this, I don't think we have any, according to this list, no handicap spots on Essex Street.
On Essex Street, no.
And that's on the corner across from that store. Initially, there was like 15-minute parking there years ago, but the homeowner at the time didn't like it and cut the signs down and put some bad words on the ground about our old boss, so. But now, since then, I wouldn't say, but there's plenty of room from that spot to the corner to put a handicap spot.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve this request.
Okay, anybody second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so it was approved, and then it just has to go to the city council, and then it takes about a month or so, I think, and then it should be up.
No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, communication February 3rd from Craig Moore requesting to make Clark Avenue in the southwest a one-way direction between Stockton and Webster Avenue.
All right, so this request was submitted by a resident to make Clark Ave, which currently functions as a two-way right now between Webster and Stockton, into a one-way. Due to the fact that this involves the direction of the street and traffic circulation, we would want to table this in order to examine the operation and safety impacts such a change might have. The resident that petitioned the commission did cite a number of reasons for the request, so we would propose relaying this to our transportation engineer just to look into it to make sure that it was viable and wouldn't have any negative impacts.
Okay. Anybody second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Meeting adjourned?
Great, thank you.
Thank you.